Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Jamal Anwar and I'm a senior registrar working in non-surgical ward of Mayo Hospital under Professor Dr. Amir Afzal. The topic I'm going to present today is management of adrenal tumors operated in Mayo Hospital. And I'm presenting the topic on behalf of our professors, Dr. Amir Afzal. The data collected for the cases was mainly from our outpatient department, and it was also referred from the other departments of medicine. The objective of presentation is to share the real presentation of adrenal tumors along with the evaluation and to discuss the outcome of the patient's post-op. There were total 11 number of patients, out of which 7 were male and 4 were females. And one female, which is to be noted, presented with extra-adrenal tumor. As you can see, that the mean age of presentation was 27.5 years, which is quite young. And out of 11, 7 were between the age of 15 to 25, and 4 of them presented after 40 years of age. Out of the 11 cases, 8 were of pheochromocytoma, while 1 presented with androgen-producing adenoma, 1 with Cohen syndrome, and the last one with adrenocortical carcinoma. Regarding the presenting symptoms, the main symptom of presentation was hypertension, and followed by palpitations, headache, hypokalemia, abdominal mass, and 1 patient presented with virilization. Here, first, I would like to talk about pheochromocytoma. Out of 8 patients who presented with the disease, 5 were male and 3 were females. And regarding the gender-based and the age on the basis of age, majority of them were between the 15 to 25 years, and only 1 patient presented which was of the age of more than 50 years. The main symptom of presentation for pheochromocytoma was hypertension, followed by palpitations. The things to be noted is that the patients presented with CVA and MI. As we have seen that most of the patients were under the age of 25, so it was quite alarming that these patients developed the symptoms of CVA and MI. And regarding, first of all, I would like to talk about the principles of adrenal surgery. It should always be a multidisciplinary approach. The disciplines to be included should be endocrinology, cardiology, anesthesia, obviously surgery, and oncology regarding post-op management. Surgeon must be certain of the diagnosis and location of lesion prior to approach, and the patient must be thoroughly prepared so can withstand any metabolic problem caused by the disease or operation. The surgeon and anesthetist must be able to detect and treat any metabolic crisis that occurs during and after surgery. The diagnosis should be planned according to clinical behavior, urinary metanephrines, and VMA. Regarding the localization of the tumor, it is very certain that we should approach only when the disease is localized, and we have ultrasound abdomen available for that. CT scan is also an option, but should try to avoid CT scan because it can trigger the metabolic response. MRA is better option regarding local disease. For extra-adrenal, MIBG scan is another option. The cases we have done up till now, 82% of them presented with the lesion on right side, while only 18% had the lesion on left side. Regarding preoperative preparation, it is very important as majority of patients present with hypertension and with other metabolic abnormalities. So their pre-op preparation is the most important thing which must be optimized as thoroughly as possible. The approaches included, first of all, the patients were admitted, and the major challenge was to control the hypertension as the patient presented with uncontrolled hypertension, and we also wanted to achieve adequate volume expansion. Hydration was the key, and lots of oral fluids were given with increased oral intake of table salt and IV saline. Regarding control of blood pressure, our main drug was alpha blocker, prazosin, trazocine, like minipressor, cardiora, were given and prescribed. They were our main drugs, and some of the patients, when they developed tachyphylaxis, they were managed with calcium channel blockers like amlodipine, verapamil, diltiazem, but beta blockers were not advised. Regarding electrolytes, hypokalemia, hyponatremia, hypomagnesemia, when they were detected, they were managed. The preparation of patient with pheochromocytoma may take from 2 to 4 weeks. So the patient needs to be admitted in the ward and should be optimized. CVP should be in place, and CV pressure to be maintained at around 10 to 11 centimeter water. There were no wide fluctuations in blood pressure and heart rate in our patients because they were well hydrated and well blocked. One thing regarding the blood pressure, what we achieved was orthostatic hypotension, which is key to management of blood pressure. Regarding the operative technique, we already know that it can be open adrenalectomy or laparoscopic adrenalectomy. There are different indications for both open and laparoscopic. Regarding open, the first of all, we should have the experience of regarding the laparoscopic surgery, followed by the size of the tumor and the nature of the lesion. The expertise we here have are related to open adrenalectomy, and the approach was transabdominal, transperitoneal. Here are a few pictures which are showing the intra-op conditions of the patients. Here is one case of the adrenalectomy, which I'm going to elaborate in detail. It is the second case. The biopsy report shows that it was consistent with the pheochromocytoma of 6 centimeter of size. Now, the case which is very important and which should be discussed in detail is extraadrenal pheochromocytoma, which is also called as paraganglionoma. We had a patient, a young female, who presented with headaches, sweating, and hot flushes with episodic hypertension. Her abdominal ultrasound revealed hepatomegaly along with lymphadenopathy. Her urinary VMA were significantly raised. Her technetium-99 DTPS renal scan showed that there was no evidence of renovascular hypertension, and her kidneys were functioning moderately. The CT scan revealed a lobulated soft tissue density mass in the para-aortic and paracaval region, which was suggestive of enlarged lymph nodes. The mass was pushing and compressing the IVC. The distance between the IVC and aorta, you can appreciate that it is significantly increased. The MIBG scan, which was done to locate the tumor, the right renal artery is marked here, and it is a tumor suggestive of 9 to 7 centimeter size. Post biopsy revealed it to be consistent with pheochromocytoma or paraganglionoma. Here, another case of, we are going to discuss a case of androgen producing adrenal tumor. We had a young patient who had developed hirsutism for 5 years with deepening of voice for 4 years. She also had primary amenorrhea. You can appreciate hirsutism, male pattern, hair distribution, and absence of female breast. Regarding examination of genitalia, clitoromegaly, rudimentary vagina with separate openings for urethra and vagina can be appreciated, while the labia were normal looking. The investigation showed that the patient had significantly high testosterone levels. Her DHEA levels were also raised, and 17-hydroxyprogesterone levels were also significantly raised. Her ultrasound revealed a 8 to 7 almost 9 to 7 centimeter right adrenal tumor. Ovaries were full of immature follicles, each less than a centimeter in diameter. The CT scan, which surely reveals the tumor on the right side, intraop picture. And these are the ovaries. The biopsy report showed that the patient had cortical adenoma. There were cortical adenoma with virilizing features. And here is the biopsy report. Now I want to discuss the case of Cohen syndrome. Here the patient presented with uncontrolled hypertension for 15 years with easy generalized weakness and easy fatigability. 4 years back, she developed respiratory muscle weakness, for which she was intubated and remained on vent for 48 hours. Her potassium was constantly below 3 millimole per liter. The medications prescribed were Aldactone, Sovest, Calan, and Cardiora. Investigations carried out were urea and creatinine levels. You can appreciate the potassium levels of the patient. These are the specific investigations. Her plasma renin is significantly towards lower side. Aldosterone are raised, and aldosterone to plasma renin ratio is significantly towards higher, more than the normal values. CT scan revealing a mass in the suprarenal area of the suprarenal gland. Furrow pictures. And the biopsy was consistent with adrenal cortical adenoma. Now the last case is of adrenocortical carcinoma. The patient was referred from Department of Neurology. She was 18 years and presented with upper abdominal distension with intermittent weakness of all limbs. Her examination revealed that the patient had hypertension with BP of 190 by 110 at the time of presentation. Her pulse was 84 beats per minute. Regarding her examination, her abdomen was asymmetrical and protuberant on right side. There was a 15 into 15 centimeter firm to hard palpable mass in the right hypochondrium and the right lumbar region. The mass was smooth surface, well-defined, having well-defined margins, and did not move with respiration. The percussion node was dull. Her CNS system was absolutely normal. And you can see the fluctuation in the blood pressure and potassium levels. Here is the pre-op medications of patients. The investigation shows aldosterone to renin ratio, which is significantly raised. CT scan revealed an 18 into 20 centimeter sized mass, which had heterogeneous enhancing soft tissue density mass. Lesion was seen arising from upper pole of right kidney, but it was separate from the kidney. Mass was causing upper displacement of the liver and downward of the right kidney. The operation performed, the approach for the operation was thoracoabdominal because the size of the tumor was too large and it was also infiltrating the diaphragm. Here you can appreciate the size of the tumor. The biopsy report of the patient. Now, as we have discussed the pre-op and the per-op conditions of different patients and different adrenal tumors, suprarenal tumors. Now, regarding the post-op course, all of our patients, hypertension was the main symptom and it was alleviated after surgery. After successful surgery, all the patients recovered uneventfully and were discharged with good health. The take-home message is that the majority of the patients with adrenal mass were hypertensive and young, which is quite astonishing. So whenever we have a patient with with hypertension, with no certain region, and the patient is young and the blood pressure is uncontrolled, we must rule out any suprarenal disease, particularly suprarenal tumors like pheochromocytoma or others. So the thing is that the hypertension in young patients should not be taken casually, and surgery should be performed by experts and with proper pre-op optimization. Thank you.